Hey guys, it's Sarah. It's that time. It is mid-year, and we are going to do the mid-year book freakout tag. I do this every year. Many booktubers do this every year, so this is nothing new. I've already seen a bunch of people doing theirs, and I'm like, time to do it. So there's a lot of questions. I'm just going to go through them and answer them and try to keep it to one book. That's not a big promise, though. I already have multiple books for some of these questions because I can't make a decision, and it's fine. It's fine. Okay, here we go. Okay, this one always starts out with a doozy, and that is what is the best book you've read in 2025 so far. This is hard. I think this one just nudges out everything else. And that's Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This will come up a couple times in this tag. But reading experience / this book in particular has really stood out to me. So this will show up in a couple other questions, and you'll see why this one stood out to me so much and why it is just barely my favorite of the year so far. So it's phenomenal. Okay, question number 2 is the best sequel that you have read this year. And I like this question this time because I'm working on series this year and trying to catch up or finish or whatever on some of these series that I have. So I did make some progress in some series. I have 3 here for best sequels. Listen, it's hard to choose. Okay, so Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, the newest Hunger Game book. I kind of consider this finished now because we never know when she's going to write another book. It just we get the news and then it comes out pretty quickly. So she could write more in this world. I hope she does because this was phenomenal. It was so good. So I do hope that she writes more, but that's not a guarantee. So, but definitely a sequel / prequel because this is Hamish's. So it is set before the setting of the original Hunger Games trilogy, but phenomenal. I also have Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, book number 3 in the Empyrean series, which is Fourth Wing Iron Flame Onyx Storm. Again, phenomenal, 5 stars, loved it. Love. Another sequel that I read this year is Valor by John Gwynne, second book in the Faithful and the Fallen series, and I loved this one. Just as much, if not maybe more than Malice. I'm just going to say that. Okay, next one is a new release that I haven't read yet, but I want to. You guys, there's so many because so many of my favorite authors have come out with books this year / in the last 2 months. We're talking Frederick Bachman, My Friends, is out. King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, I am desperate to read. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. That's 6 guys, and these are my favorite authors. Not just, I really want to read these, but these are my favorite authors. I can't. Next one is what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? And I have quite a bit. However, the one that's really standing out to me is If Looks Could Kill by Julie Berry, which I talked about in my summer most anticipated. It comes out in September, and it is Julie Berry writing again with a historical event and a historical figure mixing in with Greek gods. And that's what Lovely War was, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And she's going back to that right now. And I'm desperate for that book. This is following Jack the Ripper, who is being chased down by Medusa. And say no more words. I don't need any more words. I need that book. Okay, next one is my most disappointing read this year. And that is going to be Husband Material by Alexis Hall. I read this to finish off this duology. I loved the first book, Boyfriend Material. It was a 5-star read for me. Love, love, love. This one completely broke it for me. This was 1 star. It was not necessary. It completely shaded my love for the first book. The anger that I felt towards these characters, which are the same characters in the first book, was surprising to me. I was completely shocked that I hated this book. Like, I hated this book, guys. 1 star. I don't give out 1 stars very often. It's complete. I could probably count on one hand how many books I give in 1 star. And this one's on there. It's fine. Okay, next is, what is your biggest surprise? And for me, that's going to be Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. This is a role-playing game, RPG inspired story where the world has quite literally combusted. So all the buildings, any kind of structure, any kind of shelter, anything like that collapses on the earth, and anybody who is inside those buildings, dead, gone. Like, you're done. The only survivors of the world now are people who were outside at that time. And this is at like 2:00 in the morning. So not a lot of people were outside, right? And our main character is outside at the time. And the only way that he can survive is if he goes through one of these portals that is provided, and you enter into this dungeon type of arena, and you're basically taking part in an intergalactic game show, like a survival show. And you have to work your way down levels. And the further down you go, the higher levels they are. It was so good. You guys, it was so good. I was shocked at how much I loved this book. It doesn't really sound like something I would gravitate towards, but I loved every single page of this book. The humor in here is 100% my brand of humor. And Princess Donut, which is a Persian cat that he is playing with, is just fantastic. I love her so much. It's very creative. The kind of creatures they encounter are just kind of crazy, and the situations they get in is impossible. He's very much a I'm going to overthrow you type of guy. I'm going to play the system type thing. And I loved every minute of it. And I have since been collecting the series and putting it on my shelves because I want to read all of them now. So biggest surprise for sure. Okay, next one is a favorite author, either a new author or a new to me author. So an author I've never read before, whether I'm reading a brand new author with their debut, or if I'm just reading an author that has already been published, but I hadn't read them yet. And I have 2 answers for this one. One of them is Lane Fargo with The Favorites. Now, I know that Lane Fargo has not written a book like this before. This is definitely a different type of feel for some of the other books that she has written. She's written some thrillers before, but I'm definitely still interested in going back and reading those. I know they're not going to be the same as this, and that's totally fine, but this book was phenomenal. And it put her on my radar, even though I know it's going to be a little bit different, but I want to give it a try anyway. The other one for me is Allie Brady. Allie Brady is a writing duo. It's 2 women writing together. And I read Battle of the Bookstores this year, and it's going to be in my favorites of the year. I'm obsessed with this book. I can't stop thinking about it. It's very much a You've Got Mail type of romance, and it involves 2 bookstore owners. And it's so good. It's very spicy as well. Very spicy. But I read this on my Kindle, and as I was reading it, I was highlighting on my Kindle. I said, okay, I need to get my hands on this book. And then one of my subscribers sent me a copy because she went to an event that Allie Brady had, and she got this signed for me, and it was so sweet. So as soon as I got it in the mail, I grabbed my Kindle and I took all my highlights and I put tabs in the book. There are so many, but going through and doing that again just gave me all the feels again, because I was reading some of my favorite lines and revisiting some of my favorite sections, and it just made me so happy. So Allie Brady is definitely on my radar to read more. I now own all of their books and planning to read another one in July. So definitely more from this author duo is going to 100% be happening in my reading life. Okay, next one is your newest fictional crush. I don't always answer this one, but this one I am, because Xavier. Is he the perfect man? He might be. He might be the perfect man. I just, Xavier. Okay, next one is your new favorite character. And I did 2 for this one. I did a male and a female. So my newest male favorite character is Ellis Dean in The Favorites. You guys, he's phenomenal. He is very drama. He is very smart as well. This man is not stupid. He knows everything. He's part of the drama. He likes to cause drama. He likes to stir the pot. He's truthful to a fault. I love him. I love him. And then my favorite female character is Martha Ballard in The Frozen River. This book is phenomenal. One of my favorites of the year as well. But Martha is... the way she cares for her patients and the people in her village, and the way that she does not let anybody talk down to her, and the way that she understands how the world is working, but she's fighting against it as well, is just so admirable. And the fact that she was a real person is just like, clutches at my heartstrings. I loved her. Okay, a book that made you cry. I have 2 answers this time, guys. Sometimes I don't have any answer because I'm not a big crier. I'm not a big crier in books at all. But these 2 got me. This one got me. I won't say why or when because it will be a spoiler, but this one got me. Yep. And then want to talk about crying. Video evidence of me reading this in a reading vlog and crying my eyes out. So there's that. Okay, books that made me happy. Battle of the Bookstores. I was smiling my way through this entire book. I loved it. I seriously loved every single word of this book. Like every single word. I loved it so much. Next one is the most beautiful book that you've either bought or acquired this year. I'm going to show you 2. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This is gorgeous, number 1. And it's got texture on it. Like this, just the front part is just textured, and I can just rub my hands over it and I can feel it. It's really cool. The spines are seriously ridiculously gorgeous. The end papers are seriously ridiculously gorgeous. And the naked hardcover is beautiful as well. This is just a beautiful book overall. And yeah. And then the other one I just got in the mail 2 days ago. This is the June Fairy Loot adult subscription box book. It is a book I already own, but I'm not mad that I have the special edition copy of it. And that is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This thing is gorgeous. Look at this. It is beautiful. Like this is foiled, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This is the back. This is the spine. Top and bottom are just solid black, but this is the spine. Then we're going to get into this. So this is the end papers for the front. These are the end papers for the back. Okay. And then the cover is one of those covers where, like this is the Fairy Loot one, but then on the inside you can refold it if you want to, and you can have the original cover, which this is pink, but mine is blue. The original cover that I have, the flowers are blue. So you can choose which one. Obviously, I'm going to be keeping this one because it's stunningly gorgeous. But let's talk about the naked hardcover. Let's talk about that. You guys, it is so beautiful. I cannot. I cannot. Fairy Loot knocks it out of the park every time. It really does. I absolutely love this edition of it. I shall be keeping it. It will live right next to my original US hardcover copy of it. Not a problem. That's totally fine. And I love V.E. Schwab. So, okay. And the last one is, what are some books that you still need to read before the end of the year? And my answer is always all of them. We'll talk about a couple. So definitely some authors that I've already read down to zero, but had new releases come out this year. So Taylor Jenkins Reid with Atmosphere, S.A. Cosby with King of Ashes, Stacey Willingham with Forget Me Not. These are authors that I have already read down to zero, and now they have new releases out that I need to read. So those are definitely going to be some priorities for me. I would like to also read Riley Sager down to zero. I have 3 books to go for that. So that's going to be a priority as well. And then I'll have him read to 0, which is a big goal of mine this year. And then just reading more series, reading down some more series for me. I am making some progress in them. It takes time for me to read series, obviously, because I have multiple books to read on all of them. But I have finished or caught up on a couple of things already, and I'm currently working on some. So I think before the end of the year, like definitely the second half of the year, I'm going to be making some actual progress in that, because I've done some work already, but then I'm going to kind of finish up the work here coming up in the next few months. So I'm positive that I will be able to do a good amount of work on that. So yeah, and that is my mid-year book freakout tag. So yeah, I've read some good books this year, guys. It's going to be really, really, really hard to narrow it down to my favorites. Yeah, so we're going to see how the rest of the year goes. But yeah, all right, let me know down below what some of your answers are going to be. What has been your number one favorite book of the year so far? I would really, really like to know the answer to that question. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.